Hello and welcome back to PTMTR, where today I'm going to be making something cheap, cheerful and damn delicious. Perfect if you're still a student at uni, finding your feet, or you just want a loophole for tonight's dinner but still kind of want a pat on the back. A simple, stunning pasta bake that starts off by finely dicing one whole onion. Now this is a new method that'll get it done in a split second. Watch this. Boom, done. It'll only take a few tries to get it right, but you'll get there. Then you just want to crush 3 large cloves of garlic. Now don't crush them to a point where they start falling apart, because later on we're going to start taking these out. Once that's done, grab yourself a pan on a medium-high heat, then go in with a good amount of olive oil and just go in with your onions and garlic. Sweat them down for a couple of minutes before adding in your cubed chicken. I'm using 300 grams of thigh meat because that's what I had left. You want to season it down with a good pinch of kosher salt and a generous twisting of pepper. Then just let it sit in the pan for a few minutes, stirring it through gently from time to time just to cook it through. Depending on the size of your cubes, it shouldn't take longer than 5 or 6 minutes. Into which, a whole tin of whole tomatoes. You could use chopped, but I always find stronger flavour in the whole for some reason. And about a quarter of that tin in water, so you don't waste any of those beautiful tomato juices left behind in the tin. Then just season it down with 1.5 teaspoons of dry oregano, then about a teaspoon of basil paste. Again, you can use mixed Italian herbs or fresh basil or dry. This is more of a recipe for ease and convenience, so whatever you have lying around. Then I like to go in with a splash of red wine vinegar. This really boosts the tartness and flavour of the tomatoes. And then just finish it off with a chicken stock cube to help that chickeniness come through a bit. Again, these steps are optional. Then, just to help things thicken up, cook in about a tablespoon's worth of tomato puree. Then just simmer it all on a low gentle heat. Meanwhile, we're getting our pasta ready. Standard procedure, just grab a large pot, fill it with water and salt it generously. There's nothing worse than unseasoned pasta. Then in that water, add a bit of olive oil. This just makes a sort of thin film that glazes your pasta and doesn't let it stick together and become all rubbery. Now once that water is simmering, add in your pasta. I'm using about 500 grams of penne pasta. Stir it through before cooking it on a medium-high heat for 7 minutes or until al dente. You want that bit of bite and texture in the pasta.
A few minutes later.
Once that's done, simply remove it from the heat and bring your sauce back. Hopefully, whilst it's been gently cooking away, it will have reduced into this thick, rich sauce, from which we're going to pluck out our whole garlic, because now that it's released all its goodness and all its flavour, we can just throw them away. Then just ladle in a couple of spoons of that seasoned pasta water. This again is cloudy from the starch in the pasta, which makes it easier for the sauce to stick to the pasta itself. But once that's mixed in, add the pasta to the sauce and on a super low heat, just simply toss the pasta around until everybody is fully sauced up. Then just crumble over your favourite cheese. I'm using dry mozzarella, which I definitely recommend. Finishing it off with a bit more oregano, olive oil and pepper. And a final shaving of parmesan. Then I'm going to stick this whole pan in the oven till my cheese becomes melty and gooey and my pasta just finishes off cooking. It takes about 10 minutes in a 170 degrees Celsius oven. Just make sure your dish is oven safe before doing this. Now, is this the prettiest thing you've ever made? Probably not, but it's so simple and honestly surprisingly delicious and super cheap to make. You could even freeze the rest for a quick meal later on in the week. Anyway, thanks for liking, commenting and of course subscribing. Don't forget to stop by my Patreon page too down below. Happy cooking.